All right, so two different types of late fall fishing are, you know, should I be shallow, should I be deep? As you can see here, I'm bundled up. It's pretty cold out, and yet I'm right there. The bank is very close, and we're fishing shallow. So you might wonder, why am I choosing to go shallow versus deep? You know, it's a cold day. We're getting closer and closer to winter. You might think that there's no other option to go deep, but you got to realize sometimes these shallow fish like to pull up and feed, especially on these cloudy days in the morning. We got some rain coming in later today. I think it's a perfect opportunity to get shallower. Now, I don't mean beating the bank, but I mean, you know, in that 6 to about 12, 14 feet, it's a great time to pull up and catch some big fish that are feeding up late before the winter. And then if that sun does creep out, like I hope it does at some point, then I might transition out into some of the deeper areas of the lake, get in that 30, 40, 50 foot range, look for some bait, and then start trying to vertically fish for those fish. And then also you have the option to fish some docks when that sun gets high. Now right now I'm gonna try to avoid those docks. If I'm gonna fish shallow, I'm gonna fish the points. Anywhere you got a nice rock transition, whether it be to clay, to some gravel, or a little bit of sand. Anytime you can find a transition right now on a point, that's gonna be a great target for finding some of those fish that are pulled up looking to eat this fall. So, you know, I've had a lot of good days, you know, throwing a crankbait when I've been bundled up, as cold as can be. Those fish just really like to get shallow. They start feeding up. Now, the crankbait's not the only option, but I think it's one of the most efficient options. You can throw a spinnerbait, you can throw a jig, you could even throw a swim bait and an A-rig, but I've always found that I can be the most efficient throwing a crankbait as my search bait, and that being the main bait. Once I locate them, you can always try doing a few different things, but I always keep that crankbait in my hand as much as I can during this fall transition.